Hello everybody, big welcome back to my 1975 MG Midget, which was blurry there for a second, I don't know why, but anyway. Today is going to be kind of a talk and show video, not really doing much work, but just going over some of the work I've done. It's been about a month or so since I did an update, so as you can see, anyone that's been following along with the rebuild here, the car has been for the most part primed, with the exception of just this section right here, while I try to figure out what I'm going to do about that where it's dented in. So we're just going to go ahead and leave that alone for now, and I'm going to go over a few things here. So let me grab some parts and show you what's up. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you some stuff I don't think I covered in the last video. One of which was that we no longer have turn signals since there's no rubber bumpers. This was a rubber bumper car, just for people that may not know that. So they've been removed, and I've done pretty decent bodywork here. I think filling it might not be perfect, but that's life. And so that left me with the decision of how the hell am I going to get a turn signal, because this thing still has to pass safety or whatever. Sorry, I don't know why my phone's going all blurry like that, but anyhow, I got these. So as far as I'm concerned, problem solved. Obviously you got to have all the chrome rings and everything to hold them in. I like the look of them, classic look. Got a little turn signal in the bottom. The bulbs are replaceable, so if it's not quite bright enough or something like that, there's things that can be done. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that. So that's one of the things, at least it's an accomplishment in figuring out how to handle the situation. One of the other things you can see, I've got the grill just sitting here. Not all the parts are in. Just wanted to show you guys that originally I couldn't even test fit this grill or anything because the bumper mounts from the previous rubber bumper. I'll take these off. And the bumper mounts came out right there and there. And they made it so that you couldn't even test fit this stuff. This stuff is not perfect. I'm gonna, this I tried to shine up. I'm gonna try to shine things up, and I'm still gonna paint this all black again and just have this one shiny part around here. So gonna go ahead and do that. I removed the original horn, and I'm trying to figure out where exactly I'm gonna install the new one. The only spot I showed you guys on a previous video, the truck horn that I got for it, the air horn. So I was thinking I could mount it right through here, coming forward or whatever. I think I can make it work there. But that is where the heat intake comes from for the fresh air for the heat system. However, I'm not really sure that I'm gonna need the heat. So like, it's just a summer car for me, but then if I want to drive it on a cool fall day or spring day or something like that, then I may be like, oh shit, where's the heat? So I don't even know if that's going to affect it. If you own one of these and go ahead, let me know in the comments. I'm still a few weeks or several weeks away from that being an issue. So now we can talk about the priming. I'm going to tell you some fun stuff. So I had a lot of shit break in 1 week. First of all, I got a bolt through one of my tires on my truck, and they're not cheap tires, you know what I mean? So I had to go, and this was actually, I ended up replacing a pair just to make it even. So that's now my spare tire. This one was still good. Then I started priming. Let me turn the light on here and I'll show you what happened. And the priming started getting really bumpy. I don't know if you guys can see the texture there or not. It may not show it really, but anyhow, I've sanded down a lot of the other stuff, and then I had to go, basically what happened, my compressor just shit out on me and stopped blowing air, like it was down to like 5 PSI. So I had to go buy a new compressor, and luckily that was on sale for like $150 or $170 off. So $349 or $379, whatever. And I bought a new hose originally because I thought it was the hose that was the issue. That was before, like when it first started acting up, I thought it was a hose. So I went out and I bought a hose. Had a nightmare with the fittings because the fittings didn't fit onto the old compressor. Anyway, doesn't matter. This is a nice compressor though. It's pretty quiet. It's got like quiet whatever, whisper tech Maxim from Canadian Tire, and it's got like tank reserve and tool, like, so I don't know. I was running the air sprayer off this, which then was the next issue. Bought an air sprayer for the primer, and that was actually the first time I started priming, and it was all gummy. It's like, what the hell? Realized it was the wrong kind of gun. Had to go out and buy a second gun. I don't know where the first one is, but ultimately ended up buying this one as well as the original. So the blue was like a 0.4 tip. This is a 1.4. This is a 1.8. And I guess that makes a difference for the primer because it's high build primer, 2K primer or whatever. So had to buy that. And then yesterday, the deep freezer in my garage, a little deep freezer in here, it went to shit. Bunch of my food started thawing out. Most of it was still okay, but anyway. So I had to go buy a new deep freezer. And then some of you may have noticed the new beer fridge. Scored this on Facebook Marketplace for 80 bucks. And yeah, it's pretty sick. It's a little bit noisy, but I like it. The only thing is I gotta put some wood or something across these, like screw wood into them, because like they try to open up. I don't know why it's designed like that, but you can't push, like when you try to push stuff in, it'll actually fall down in the gaps. So I'm just gonna put like pieces of 2x4 or something in here across, and hopefully then it'll allow me to, because these push all the way down to hold like probably, you know, 80 bottles of beer or cans or whatever you want. So I wanted to put my whole case of these Sleemans right in there, but I'll have to wait until I figure out the wood because I'm worried about putting more than one bottle in. And kind of going over the body. So the body is almost ready for paint. I've still got a lot of sanding. I haven't sanded down. I've only sanded from here and over to just right here. So I still got to move that way with the sanding. And I think when I'm done sanding, I'm going to probably do wet sanding. I'm going to have some little imperfections in corners. See if we can get this to focus. No, I've got something locked here, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Let me see if I hit a button. Nope, that took a picture. Who knows what I've done? I've done something in my settings anyway. So I also wanted to throw out there just a feeler question for anybody that knows about auto paint. I'm not a background. I don't have a background in automotive repair and paint and all that. So my question to whoever's watching is, if I can get this to focus, how much will actually show through paint? I don't know if this will. I think I was showing somebody settings on my phone the other day, but yeah, it's definitely set up to something's wrong, because this phone normally is awesome. But hopefully you guys can see there's a little tiny micro marks in there. Look at my dirty fingernails that I'm working. And anyway, my question is, how much of that will show through? This isn't sanded yet. So if anyone knows, tell me, does every tiny little thing have to be 1,000,000% smooth? And yeah, I don't know. So in the trunk, I'm thinking on doing like a textured rocker guard maybe, because it would work like a sound deadening as well for the muffler there. And I might put on like a little sport muffler, not sure yet. And what else we got? I've still got to do the hood. It was primed by rattle can primer in the past. I don't know if we can, I was going to draw a smiley in it, but so I'm going to go back over it, I think, sand this down and go back over it with the 2K high build. It's not bad. I've already had fixed stuff on the hood, but I figure it's probably better just to go over it once more. And for painting purposes, I don't really know, but I think it's better if they all, everything's consistent, like having all the body panels like the same primer, so that the paint will look right. Same with the doors. Like I had done some work on the doors, but I might just sand them down and hit them with the 2K. But once again, if somebody on here that's from automotive paint background says no, you don't need to, let me know. Also, like, I was wondering, like, do I really in the door jambs have to sand down everything? I guess so. This has to be like degreased or something. So I got a bit of work to do on the doors. Yeah, that's, I guess, pretty well the update. I just wanted to give you guys something, at least for anyone wondering, especially Eric, the guy I bought the car from, nice guy. Probably sits there going, well, a month, nothing's happened. And thinking I gave up or something, but I definitely have not. I've just been busy working, and then honestly, I've got a little speaker in my garage, so when I'm out here and I'm sanding and stuff like that, I like to just throw the tunes on or a podcast, and you know how it is, just kind of kick back and relax. And I'm a crappy YouTuber. I'll be the first to admit it. It is what it is. But at least some updates better than no update, I guess, right? And then I'm gonna go ahead and I guess order the seals. I've started trying to order them like several times, but I keep like giving up. Like, I want to replace some of these seals, so I gotta just get on there. Like, this is kind of chewed up, and I still got to put the thermostat or the temp sensor in there, and then yeah, I gotta polish up the bumpers a bit, and I've got the mounts. I still haven't mounted the parts. I did talk about it in another video, which to me looks like the best way to mount them, so looking forward to getting those on there once everything's said and done. And for the people that are still here, if you've been listening to my rambling and bullshit, and I know this has been a crappy video, but if you've been hardcore and you're sitting here watching it anyway, I don't know if you noticed the trunk had a bit of paint going on. You might have noticed a little line here. That was me just doing some practice with some sample paint, but some of you may have noticed way over here, I had it kind of hidden. It was on purpose. This is the original fender I took off. It was not prepped or anything, so it looks like shit. But this is the color I'm thinking on painting. Nardo gray, which is like an Audi Lamborghini color. So I hit this with like a little sample thing I had and threw some clear on it, because I already bought the clear and everything up on my new shelf. I guess probably didn't show that on my last video either. Since my last video I put this shelf up, scored it from a little side job. So yeah, I'm thinking that this is gonna be our color right here, and I'm picturing it, and I'll just give you guys the vision right now. I'm picturing it that color with two satin black racing stripes and a nice chrome hood pin and a nice chrome hood pin right there. I would have liked to have done a hood scoop, but I've been looking on Amazon, and I was trying to find something that worked, and I didn't really want to be a poser, no offense to the posers, but by putting in a non-functioning hood scoop, which means that if I put one on, I'd want to figure out how to, basically all I'd have to do is get some PVC piping, say, and just put this up on a 90 right here is what I was picturing. Just having a tube here, and I'm only driving on sunny days, right? There's no need for, I don't care about rain, but so I was picturing could have a hood scoop right here. I don't know. If you're still watching and you've been listening to me ramble on and you've got an opinion on that, by all means, throw it in the comment section below. And I'd appreciate if you give a like. And yeah, that's the update. And I'm sorry I'm a crappy YouTuber and don't record much of the work getting done, but I don't know. I'll give you, let me hear, I'm going to give you guys a sample of what you've been missing out on, though. Just one sec here. One sec here. Oh, I got it. All right. Listen, it's going to get exciting real quick. Let me get my phone in a better position, and hope you're ready. Oh yeah. Ooh, that's the spot right there. Nailed it. There we go. Anyway, that's boring. That's why I don't film it. I prefer to just put the music on instead of providing my own music. And yeah. that'll wrap it up, guys. I appreciate everyone that watches my videos. I know I'm weird, and there's probably much farther educated car dudes on here making better progress and better cars, but I'm having fun with it. I really am. Little by little, I sit there cutting myself and grinding in my eyes and all that, and I'm enjoying every bit of it. So I will see you guys